6 Most Luxurious Homes of Old Hollywood Stars. 1. Marilyn Monroe's residence, Brentwood. 12305 Fifth Helena Drive, was Monroe's favorite home. It was the only house she bought in her lifetime. The estate has over 23,000 square feet of space. There's a pool, plus a separate home for visitors. The ranch-style residence was built in 1929. It still features tiled floors and exposed wood beams. The interior design was Monroe's choice. She paid $77,500 for it. Sadly, this is where she died in 1962. In 2017, the estate was sold for $7.25 million. The buyer wished to remain anonymous. 2. Pickfair, Beverly Hills. The estate belonged to Mary Pickford and Douglas Fairbanks. They paid $35,000 for the property. They transformed the hilltop cabin into a 22-room mansion. Pickford and Fairbanks then expanded it to 42 rooms. The estate even had a small creek with a canoe. The couple later broke up. Pickford became a recluse, but still hosted parties. She talked to her guests by telephone from her bedroom. Pickford lived in her mansion until she died in 1979. In 1988, it was sold to an Israeli businessman for $3.5 million. The home was torn down in 1990. 3. Beverly Estate, Beverly Hills. This mega mansion was built for Marion Davies and William Randolph Hearst. It was modeled after villas on the Italian Riviera. The 5.5-acre property contains a mansion and 7 other houses. After Hearst's death, Davies lived there until 1961. The estate has changed hands multiple times since then. It was featured in The Godfather and The Bodyguard. It was the honeymoon spot of the Kennedys. Rihanna celebrated her 24th birthday there in 2012. In 2021, the Beverly estate sold for $63 million at auction. 4. Pink Palace, Sunset Boulevard. Jane Mansfield bought the home for $74,000 in 1958. Mansfield had the 1920s property repainted pink. The 3.5-acre estate drew tourists and gawkers alike. The Pink Palace had a heart-shaped swimming pool. It was built by Mansfield's husband, Mickey Hargitay. Tiles on the bottom spelled out "I love you, Janie." The walls had bits of quartz embedded in them. This made the Pink Palace literally sparkle in the sunlight. The interior was decorated with cupids, hearts, and pink carpeting. The centerpiece of the home was a champagne fountain. The Pink Palace was raised by a new owner in the 2000s. 5. Eddie Getz Estate, Holmby Hills. Eddie Getz was the daughter of MGM boss Louis B. Mayer. Her estate was a party spot for the Hollywood elite. Gary Cooper, Cary Grant, and Judy Garland were frequent guests. The Georgian-style residence was built in 1938. It has 2 swimming pools and 3 guest houses on 2.16 acres. The main residence has 20,000 square feet of space. It was designed by Gordon B. Kaufman. He also built the Los Angeles Times building. 6. Falcon Lair, Benedict Canyon. This mansion belonged to Rudolph Valentino. He paid $175,000 for it, or $2.8 million in today's money. Valentino named it after his role in the Hooded Falcon. He had horse stables, kennels, and Italian gardens added. He filled the garage with his collection of cars. The 16-room Spanish villa sat on 8 acres. It was filled with lavish decorations and antiques. Valentino died at 31, and the house was sold to settle his debts. In 2021, it sold for $15 million.